What up, guys? In today's video, I'm gonna talk about fat loss versus weight loss. So, what's the difference between the two? And what does that mean, right? So, let's begin. Now, as you guys might know or might not know, losing weight and losing fat is not the same. If you've ever done a dieting phase, you know that. Like when I started out, I was only keeping an eye on the scale. So I lost weight, but I didn't look a lot better in the mirror, right? Which is basically the best way to tell if you're losing fat or not, but that's for another video. So I kept an eye on the scale. I was losing fat on the scale, weight on the scale, but not necessarily fat. That's why the scale is shit, right? When you weigh yourself, yeah, you weigh less, so you lost weight, but not necessarily fat. Like it can be a lot of things. It can be you lost glycogen. It can be you could lost water weight because you lowered carbs, lowered calories, and so on. Or maybe you lost muscle mass, which is highly unlikely. But still, if you're in a severe calorie deficit, not eating enough protein, you could definitely lose muscle. But in most cases, it's water weight and glycogen. Maybe because you didn't eat a lot of sodium this week. Maybe you didn't eat a lot of carbs this week. So you lose weight on a scale, you lose water weight. But people get confused and they think it's fat loss. You know, so how can you tell if you're losing fat or not? The best way, like I said, is looking yourself in the mirror every single day and assessing your progress. But because a lot of you guys are not that experienced in this, you can make mistakes. You can not really notice a difference like an experienced guy. Like me, I can tell in the mirror what's happening. So the next best thing is to use a fucking tape measure. Get a tape measure, guys, and measure every body part. Your biceps, triceps, shoulders, chest, waist, thighs, hips, calves, and so on. Right? You have to measure every single body part because the scale can lie. The scale can show weight loss, but not necessarily fat loss. So the best way is to measure your body parts because in the majority of cases the tape measure doesn't lie. If you lost an inch on your waist, it's pretty much guaranteed you lost fat. And that's the difference between weight loss and fat loss. If you lost weight, it doesn't necessarily mean you lost fat. And even sometimes when you begin weight training, you can lose fat but not lose weight because your body recomposition, right? So you're building muscle at the same time. That only happens at the beginning stage of your training, but that is also what happens to a lot of guys. They lose fat, but they don't lose weight. So they think it's just not working and they start to change up their routine. Now, another thing that happens is the whoosh effect. I'm gonna talk about that in another video in the future. But basically, the whoosh effect is you're holding on to water. So you basically lost fat, but you're holding on to water. So you lost fat, but you step on a scale and the scale weight is the same. And after a few days or weeks, that water is going to be flushed out. That's the whoosh effect. But now, because you don't see weight loss on a scale, you're going to say, fuck, I have to change my routine. Don't do that. Make sure you're not seeing results before you start making any assessments or any changes in your routine or diet. Okay? Don't just check the scale, check the mirror, check photos before and after, check the tape measure. So before you start making any decisions about changing something up, you gotta be sure that it's not working. Okay? So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. Peace out, guys.